defendant. And I guess Mr. Demmons, I need to talk to you, ask you a few questions, all right? You heard what your attorney said. He said he's resting. No further witnesses. Do you hear that?
Yes, sir.
All right, now, I don't know what discussions you had with your attorneys. You got competent lawyers there. I mean, you've seen them perform here. You've discussed things with them, I assume, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that you have a right to testify, and you also have a right not to testify. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that if you do testify, I'm going to instruct the jury that they have to consider your testimony as they would any other witness. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And if you don't testify, I'm going to instruct the jury that you have a right not to testify, and they can't consider that, hold that against you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So my question, I guess, is did you have enough time to talk about this issue about you testifying or not testifying? Did you have enough time to discuss that with your attorneys?
Yes, sir.
Did they answer all your questions?
Yes, sir.
And what is your decision?
I will not be testifying.
You will not be testifying.
No, sir.
Is anyone forcing you or coercing you to make this decision?
No, sir.
Anybody make any promises or on the contrary, make any threats to get you not to testify?
No, sir.
This is your free and voluntary decision?
Yes, sir.
So let me go further. You heard your attorney said he rests, he's not going to call any other witness. That includes you, but no other witnesses. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Is there any other witnesses that you wanted your attorneys to call and present to the jury?
No, sir.
Any other evidence that you wanted your attorneys to present to this jury?
No, sir.
You good? You satisfied with their performance?
Yes, sir.
All right. And everything that you wanted the jury to hear and listen to is before the jury. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, so the YNW Melly case has officially rested in regards to the defense's case and the prosecution case, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now how the defense set it up is going to be between whether or not the jury believes either the state's witness or the defense witness. Now the two witnesses that's going to be paired together is going to be two dudes that was in the opposite red car that went to Melly's house. Yes, some childhood friends, but the crazy thing is the state's witness, Trevion Glass, was more so friends of Sat Chaser and Jovi. Knew them all still, but closer to them boys. Dude last name Davis, he knew Bortland and Melly longer, so it's crazy that it worked out that way. So what's going on is basically this. I'm going to get into more details as far as why I say there's going to be a head-to-head between them two witnesses as far as what the jury will be discussing. But once again, the prosecution and the defense have both rested their case. The defense didn't build that much of a case as they explained in their opening arguments. All they really wanted to do was dismantle the investigation. They didn't have much, but they did as much as they could with what they had. And I'm gonna keep it G, they played it as smart as they could, man. They did as best as they could. The state was up there for weeks, man, for weeks. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is all about circumstantial evidence. But if anyone tell you that they don't have any evidence, like it's no evidence, they fucking lying to you. The state has a lot of evidence, and all has to do with that phone. And the defense knows it, and they know how important that phone is. The state is basically saying, based on the ballistics, the trajectory of the gunshots, the shell casing found inside of the car, the blood spatter, the cell phone towers, text messages from Melly's phone, pinned locations from Melly's phone, footsteps and shit, and one witness. Now let's get into it, man. Let's get right to it. And see, when it comes down to this battle between the two witnesses, Melly's witness has just his word. That's it. Not much more behind that. The defense didn't do too much more to go beyond just his word, which was trying to give Melly an alibi. The state's witness has a lot of evidence behind his statement. So Trevion Glass basically painted a picture without trying to paint a picture. He kind of messed up if he wasn't trying to snitch, but he low-key snitched anyway. As both cars left from the recording studio, the state witness and the defense witness was in the same car. The state witness story is they left, everyone was asleep in the car. He woke up when they got to the guards at the gate at the residence that they were staying in. He was asked who was in the car. He said the same people that was in the car when we left. Melly was not inside the car with them. The guard let them inside the gate, and then they went inside the house to go to sleep. He went inside Juvie's room. Melly was not there. That's what the Travion guy said. Melly was not there. So then he was waking up and told that Sack Chaser and Juvie was killed. From that point, they got up and left. He ended up going over to Fredo Bang's house, and that's the first time that he seen Melly, and he had a change of clothes from the night before.
Was that the first time you saw Melly after you guys left the studio?
Yeah.
Was Melly wearing the same clothes or different clothes than when you saw him at the studio?
It was a new day. Nah, he wasn't.
Nah, he wasn't. You guys
He wasn't wearing the same clothes.
Okay. Do you recall what he was wearing?
Just had on some shorts.
So that's the summary of his story. Now, the defense witness, who was in the same car as this guy, said that on the way home, he was awakened by Melly getting inside of the car. He was being nudged. At one point, he said Melly climbed over him. At another point, he said he was pushed towards the middle of the seat. He then said no one else had a key to the house. Melly let them inside the house, and Trayvon Glass, the guy that was the state witness, came inside last. Melly went inside his room to sleep. He said he then was awakened to hearing the news about Sack Chaser and Juvie dying, and Melly was there also. And it was kind of a slick way as far as the way the defense attorney reminded the dude to say this part of the story. He was like, hey, at any point did you see anyone that had trouble finding their phone? the witness was like, yeah, Jamel. That shit was so damn awkward, bro, and obvious, but hey, whatever, man.
By the way, when you first learned that Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas were shot at the house with Melly, did anyone get on the phone?
Yeah.
Did anyone have any problem locating their phone?
Yes.
Who was that?
Jamel.
Are you 100% sure that Melly got into the red Mitsubishi to go home?
Yes.
Are you 100% sure that this young man learned of the shooting of his friends at the exact same time you learned of it?
Yes.
And that was at the house?
Yes.
Are you 100% sure that when people were getting on the phone that this young man was looking for his phone to call people?
Yes.
May I have one moment, please?
Yes.
So dude basically said that Melly had a tough time finding his cell phone. He said he couldn't find it. Eventually they all went to Fredo Bang's house, and Melly has shorts on and everything. They said he changed at his house. All right, so that's this dude's account of the story. In cross-examination, he was kind of tripped up a little bit when it came to being asked about why Melly didn't use anyone else's phone to call to find his phone. Dude just said, I don't know, which is something that people obviously do. You don't know where your phone is, you get somebody else's phone and you call it. And that would obviously shown in the phone records that Melly was using people's phones to find his phone, but that wasn't done. He also didn't use Find My iPhone with the Apple Watch. He didn't do anything to try to find a phone to back up that statement. And also the first time that it was said was today. So the defense did a smart thing to make sure that they had someone come in to try to get that phone off of Melly. Also, another thing that they got the guy to say was that a lot of us use his cell phone. So listen, they doing all they could to get that phone off of Melly because they know that cell phone is incriminating, and if that phone is directly tied to Melly at a point in time, he's done. Defense knows it, and they acknowledge the importance. And definitely, if you're sitting there, you're the jury, you know how important that phone is. You see them fighting anytime they talking too much about the phone, and the defense can't object, or they trying to object. They trying to do whatever they can to get them off the focus of the phone. But It is what it is. In regards to my evaluation of the situation, the closing arguments are going to come up. You know, some people were saying wait until the defense to see what they have coming up. Listen, man, they just, I'm going to say this, my personal thing, they got a dude to come on there and lie, bro. That nigga lying, bro. The nigga's lying. The nigga is lying. The defense witness, that nigga lying, bro. I'm going to keep it G with y'all, bro. Like, come on, man. Conveniently, your first time talking about the phone being missing was today. Yeah, the defense had that boy sit in that bay. That chick earlier in the week, she got sick. They wanted to make sure they was able to get the dude to come on and testify and lie. This is me speculating once again. So the lawyer faked like she was sick. Melly's lawyer, they gave him some time, and this is what they needed time for, to be able to corroborate and plan for this witness to be able to say the phone wasn't in Melly's possession at the time of these things going on. Plan to say how he got in the car and those things like that. Yeah, man. Great idea, though. Great plan. But if you're the jury, are you buying this shit, though? That's the thing about it. If you're the jury, are you buying this? So you have this one witness that's Melly's friend telling you that he was at the house at the time of the shooting, obviously. Got inside the car with him. And you have another witness who was in the same car telling you that Melly did not get inside the car with us. Melly was not at the house with us. Direct conflicting statements from two witnesses. From that point, as a jury member, what I would do in that situation is evaluate what facts support the other. You got this one guy that just came randomly throwing this at me. Okay, he wasn't there. Okay, he wasn't at the scene of the shooting. All right, cool. And then you have another guy telling me, shit, he wasn't with us. He wasn't at the house with us. And then on top of that, I got Melly's cell phone pinging off of different wires. On top of that, I have activity on Melly's cell phone as far as sending out phone calls, as far as FaceTime. I have activity as far as him texting Fredo Bain to come pick me up. Activity as far as pin location pin drops. You have evidence as far as somebody in the back seat being actively there, because that's where the trajectory is coming from the bullets. The blood spatter goes around the silhouette of a body sitting in that seat. So when the gunshots went off, someone was sitting in the seat, the back seat. And then you combine that evidence with this text message that everyone on social media is talking about. It's an IG message with Melly to a dude named PZ Gambino. He was talking to the dude early in the day, you know, just chopping shit up, just talking, you know, talking. Then later in the evening, when PZ Gambino heard about the shooting, he hit Melly up and asked, "Are you okay?" Melly responds saying, "I did that." Then also sends another message saying, "Shh." So you have that. And anybody else wondering as far as context, that's the context. Don't be willfully ignorant, man. Come on now. We practice intelligence over here on this channel. We have fun and do stupid shit. We do cover stupid shit sometimes, but when it comes to real shit, we use logic and intelligence over here. We're not trying to do things and avoid facts just for your feelings, just because you like somebody rap song, dog. But when you consider those things as a jury versus the defense not really doing much other than, you know, using that guy's story as an alibi for Melly. But once again, you have a direct contrasting statement from someone with at the same vantage point within the same car saying that's not true, and more things support his story. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I don't know. I think I talked enough. You guys have heard me speak. When thinking about a situation, who would you believe? Like, fan shit all aside, it's crazy because Trayvon Glass dude thought he was gonna get away with like no snitching type shit, but bro, you are very important at this point in time. Very important. If it wasn't for that guy, you don't understand, then Melly's statement, he had an alibi. He had Trayvon Glass, boy, you are maybe the big deciding point. Because you killed the alibi. Damn, dude. He was on social media and all saying he wasn't no snitch. Damn, shit, crazy. But it's coming down to that, man. Those two dudes, who you gonna believe? Personally, I think the nigga guilty, man. Circumstantial evidence is enough for me, man. Niggas might hate me for saying that shit, but it is what it is. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Doja Boy Stacy, and I fuck with you. Reason why, cause you fucks with me. Hey, I'm out.